We need to have a house meeting, y'all.
Hi, welcome to Lilies and Tomatoes, your go-to place for simple and practical tips and tricks on how to start a garden all the way through how to use what you grow. This is from my live class that I teach on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on Facebook. If you'd like to attend a live class or ask me a question, check out the link in the description.
Today we are going to talk about mindset because I participated in some conversations today, and I heard a couple conversations today that made me think we need to have a house meeting, y'all. So that's what we're doing tonight, house meeting. And drop a comment below if you know what that's from. If we have not met before, my name is Quincy Adams, and I want to help you grow some of your own food in a small space on a budget. Let's get started. Okay, so I have a couple notes. Mindset. This is a little bit like woo-woo, but not totally woo-woo, but it's also about just managing expectations for you guys and just understanding that if you're going to be growing stuff, it doesn't matter if you're growing inside or outside. There's just things that come with the territory that you need to be prepared for, because otherwise you could rage quit too early. So the first thing I want to recommend is that you set a goal. So whenever you're growing, if you're just doing kitchen scraps, or if you've got a couple plant starts, or you went and bought seeds and you're going all out, make sure you have a goal in mind. Is it a big goal? Is it a little goal? It doesn't matter. Just whatever is appropriate for you, and just set a goal. So you can say, okay, well, I want to grow 20 plants, but my goal is to at least have a salad for my family. Cool, good goal. Pick your plants around that goal, particularly if you're doing kitchen scrap gardening, because you can just be like, okay, well, we eat a lot of lettuce, so I need to, if I buy 2 a week and I save those root ends, then I can propagate for this long. Just think about those kinds of things. Set a goal. It helps. So that way, even if some stuff happens, you can gauge your success against the goal. All right, the next thing, have an attitude of gratitude. If you are not into manifestation or law of attraction, it doesn't matter. Just be grateful. Be grateful for the opportunity to grow stuff. Be grateful that you have stuff growing. If you go at it with a stank attitude, your plants can tell. So just be nice, be happy, be grateful, sing to them sometimes, talk to them. There's been studies on this. Plants can tell when you are happy to see them and when you're not. If you play death metal or whatever, there's just be grateful. It helps a lot. So even if something bad happens, when your plants dies, don't be like, oh, this plant died of a black thumb, I suck at this. Just think, okay, what can I learn from this? What kind of person do I need to be in order to grow a better plant next time? And then learn from your mistakes. And if you don't know what happened, take a picture, post it on Facebook, send it to me. I will help you if I can. But a picture without an explanation is not necessarily going to help me help you. So just be like, okay, I had this plant. This is where I put it. This is the kind of soil I put it in. Those kinds of things. I definitely want to help you, but you need to help me help you. Oh, is that a question? Let me just check to see real quick if there's a question. I did a science project in elementary school on music and plants. Don't remember all the details except the plants that listen to country music grew the best. That's awesome. You don't have to go out for country music, but plants react to your energy, how you talk to them, the music you play for them. It does matter. Talk to your plants, sing to your plants. It helps. Be grateful. All right. Just things to be aware of if you're going to be gardening outside. Sometimes it's going to be hot. Sometimes it's going to be cold. You're going to get sweaty. You're going to get dirty. You're going to get bug bitten. You're going to get sunburnt. You are going to deal with bugs, critters, snakes, molds, fungus, plant diseases, dead plants, and non-productive plants. So there is a huge range in things that you're going to come across in your garden. So if you are deadly afraid of bugs, you need to start acclimating yourself to that, because there's gonna be bugs. It doesn't matter if you're growing plants inside, there's gonna be bugs at some point. Get used to that. There's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be bugs. So if you've got soil inside, you could end up with fungus gnats. A lot of time, the eggs for fungus gnats are in the soil when you buy it. So even if you sanitize your soil or sterilize your soil by using the oven method, which I do not recommend, because who wants to put dirt in their oven? Soil, my bad. You can run boiling hot water through it before you plant in it. That's another sterilization method. But even after doing that, there still could potentially be fungus gnat eggs in there, and you could end up with fungus gnats. You can also just bring fungus gnats into your house through your groceries from produce, and then have them take up residence in your plants. Fruit flies as well, they could come from so many different places. So if you're just bug phobic, embrace that, deal with that. You don't have to go crazy with the chemicals. There are lots of natural ways to deal with bugs. Just expect there to be bugs, and when they show up, just be like, okay, I'm prepared for that. Quincy told me to expect bugs, and then handle it. Don't freak out. Don't throw your plants outside. Just deal. And I think there might be another question. Let me check that real quick. Oh, I can't even read that. We have quite a bit of flowering plants that we have neglected by the previous owners. So we've been taking it plant by plant, learning about them. I've only learned 4 in 2 years, but they are finally getting taken care of. That's amazing. Yes, sometimes taking care of your plants requires research. And it depends. Like if you're thinking about doing this, join some gardening groups. There are some gardening groups that I'm in where people just post a picture and they say, what is this? And within 5 minutes, 3 people are like, that's a whatever. It depends on what it is. Sometimes I'm that person, but not always. If it requires me to research, then I may or may not stop to look it up. It depends on what else I'm doing. But just understand that there are apps that help you identify plants. You can just take a picture and figure out what that is. I think it's called Plant ID. That's the one that I have. I'm not sure off the top of my head. It's on my phone and I'm recording on my phone. But there are apps, so just Google that. A lot of times you can Google what is this plant with the purple flowers and get close. But definitely ask someone if you're not sure, but these are your plants. You should take a little bit of time to try to figure it out first, because nobody's more invested in the life of your plant than you. Let me just see if there's any other questions. Stink bugs love outside, inside plants. Okay. My mom gets ladybugs and releases them outside in her garden. Apparently they keep other bugs away. Ladybugs eat aphids. Aphids they're prevalent. You can get them inside on plants. You can get them outside on plants. They're eating up some of my spring onions that I overwintered outside right now. But since they're not eating anything else, I'm letting them have the spring onions, because as I put other things out, I don't want those other things infested by aphids. Aphids are pretty easy to deal with. You can just use a hose and spray your plants with a strong blast of water. You could also use a little bit of soapy water to just wash them off. If you don't have a big garden. If you have a big garden, then there's a whole other set of things you need to be thinking about. But in a small space, which is what I am, is what I do and what I'm helping you guys do, aphids can be handled by hand. A lot of things can be handled by hand. Also, don't assume that all bugs are bad. And if you're spraying pesticides on your plants, you're killing good bugs and bad bugs, and that's going to hurt your plant. Which is why, even though I'm not organic, I don't use pesticides, because I always just ended up killing my plants in the past. So there are non-chemical ways to deal with bugs. A lot of times you end up hand picking them off, which is gross. I understand, but get a glove and get used to it. Because when you're growing nice, healthy stuff, there's bugs and there's other stuff that wants to eat your plants. There's just, you gotta share a little bit and understand where your limit's gonna be when it comes to that. Let's see if we have any other questions. You throw your bug questions in the comments. Yes, throw bug questions in your comments. In the comments. Oh, it's not scrolling anymore. It's not doing the things. Sorry, I've been using this software to broadcast live for a month, and I'm still getting used to it. So we'll see if we keep this. But anyway, that was like kind of where I wanted to go with that. Just like a top level. It's gross sometimes, but it's also awesome to like roast the potatoes that you grew yourself. Like that, like feeling of eating something delicious that you grew yourself cannot be beat. So that is one of the reasons why I grow a garden. And every time you move somewhere else, there's gonna be new bugs. Last year, I learned about armyworms, cutworms, cabbage butterflies, which have a worm that just like decimates all of your brassicas. I didn't get any kale or cabbage, or like I was able to get a couple radishes, but like everything else after that decimated by cabbage worms. And I had never heard of them before. So there's always, oh, that's another thing. If you're gonna garden, you need to keep on learning. There's not gonna be a point ever where you've learned everything that you need to learn and there's no new information for you. I have been doing this since 2002 and I'm still learning things every day. And the more I want to grow, the more I have to say I need to set aside time to look into these things to make sure that I'm doing it right and that I have the right expectations. So just think about that as you're growing your gardens. If you have any other questions, then I will definitely answer them after. If you're catching this on the replay, just go ahead and answer your questions and I will answer them. If you're liking these videos, I hope that you will follow me as I move the live videos from my personal page to my business page. And I will be doing live videos 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's my plan right now. I might have to change that if my school schedule does not allow that. And then the blog post for my companion blog, liliesandtomatoes.com. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you tomorrow night, and we will probably be talking about seedlings if I've got seedlings that are the right size. And stay safe, stay home, wash your hands. I hope this was helpful. Have a good night. Bye.